Hey gang, good evening. Alive after 5. It is Saturday evening, Memorial Day weekend. A great day today. Just want to touch base real quick. We're heading over to some friend's house in just a little bit, so I want to keep this one really, really brief as MJ gets ready, and I have to, grab her and we'll head out. But I had a great day today. I cut down some trees, and one of the trees I cut down, it was just like it was this big just a couple of years ago. And all of a sudden, this tree just kind of blew up, and it grew up next to a fence behind some bushes. Challenge with it was MJ wanted it out of here. It hangs over our yard, my neighbor's yard. So I cut a chunk of it off and started tackling all the branches. And this was not an old tree; it's a pretty new tree, just a few years old. And as I'm cutting these branches apart, trying to bag them up because you have to wrap them 4 foot length in this town. It's a little bit of an annoying thing. I started looking at the branches and thinking, Jesus, there's so many little sprouts. I have to cut all these little sprouts off. It's going to take me forever to do it. And then it dawned on me how what I thought was random, that the branches were just all over, like one main branch and then dozens of little ones. It seemed random. Then I realized something. Nothing random about it at all. Nothing random about it at all. That tree grew, and every single branch that sprouted off its branches, every trunk that produced another little trunk, a baby trunk, was actually working toward reaching sunlight. It was planned to do it that way. It was designed to do it that way. That's its survival mechanism. So the tree actually sprouted up, and every single little branch that sprouted again with it as it grew was designed to get it more of that big, yellow thing in the sky. Pretty amazing if you think about it. It's just a tree. How does it know to do that? Now, the difference between you and a tree is pretty simple. A tree is rooted where it is. It's dependent on its environment. It's dependent on its location. It's dependent on the weather. It's dependent upon, bugs not lighting on it and eating it and doing all kinds of things to it. But it still thrived. This sucker just grew. There's a piece of it still there right now. You can probably see it in the background over there. That's the rest of it. I got to get the rest of it down. It's too close to the fence. I need my neighbor's help to do it. I don't want to damage the fence. But the tree grew on its own without any help from anybody. What about you? What about you? You're not a tree. You're able to change your environment anytime you want. You're able to maneuver yourself in your world and bring to you what you need for you to thrive. That tree is bringing everything that it needs to thrive by itself. It's not asking for help. It's not looking for help. I never watered it. I guarantee I didn't even know it was there just a couple of years ago. MJ noticed it. She said, you better take that down. It's going to grow. I'm like, it's just a twig. Not a twig anymore. It's a 5-inch, 6-inch wide trunk at the bottom of it. It's just a few years old. But it understood that where it was, it could bring to itself every single stinking thing that it needed to grow up and be annoy me, where I had to take it down. Unfortunately. Hated to do it, but I had to do it. Otherwise, the fence would get damaged and it would start, rooting into the lawn and messing things up. You're not a tree. You're able to immediately attract to you whatever it is you need. So be like a tree and leave your past behind and move forward into a future that you can design. You can predict exactly where you expect to be by simply speaking it and knowing it. That tree doesn't have a brain, but it knew that it's a tree. It knew that it's going to grow. It knew as it got bigger and bigger and bigger and higher and higher and higher, it was almost 25 feet off the ground, 30 feet off the ground. It knew exactly where to sprout yet another branch, grow some leaves, pull in some more sunlight so it can grow even bigger and bigger and bigger. And those trees that are behind me are a couple of 100 feet high. These things have been around for a couple of 100 years. So they know what to do. You do too. You have everything in your place where you just need to turn on the faucet, open up the spigot, unhook the kink in the hose, and allow this universe to take care of you the way it takes care of a tree or another type of a plant or a squirrel or a bird that doesn't have to worry about where its next meal is coming from. You don't have to worry about where your world is coming from because you're bringing it to you. That's how you're designed. That's what we're designed to do. Michael's on here. I'm saying hello real quick. Hi, Mary. How are you? Irene. Gigi. Gigi, you were just on a live a couple of minutes ago. Hey, Jill. Texas is in here. Mark Rado. Patriot. Mark, thank you for your service, brother. Cheryl's in here. I'm just saying hi to everybody. Maria and Bob Decker and Jason. Look, I just want to say hi to them real quick. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. Hope you're enjoying it. And we will catch you tomorrow night. MJ is reaching out right now. I got to get going. We love you guys. Be real and be growing and just Be yourself. I love you guys. Have a great night.